Hi, this is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. I'm going to show you how to create the retro look of a video glitch portrait on a CRT green monochrome monitor. Open a sharp close-up photo of someone that you'd like to use for this project. I downloaded this one from Shutterstock. The first step is to separate your subject from its background by making a selection around your subject. There are many ways to do this, but for this example, I'll use the Quick Selection tool. If you're using this tool as well, drag it over your subject to select it. If you need to remove areas of the selection outside your subject, press and hold Alt or Option as you drag over those areas. I did an in-depth tutorial on the Quick Selection tool, so if you'd like to watch it, I provided its link in my video's description below. Once your subject is selected, click the Layer Mask icon to make a layer mask next to it. Make a new layer below it by Control-clicking or Command-clicking the new layer icon. We'll fill the empty layer with a dark green color. Click your foreground color, and in the color picker's hexadecimal field, type in 001D0D. Then click OK or press Enter or Return. Our foreground color is now the color we just typed in. To fill the empty layer with the foreground color, press Alt or Option plus Delete. Next, we'll colorize our subject. Make your subject active and click the Adjustment Layer icon. Click Hue Saturation. We want to restrict the adjustment layer to affect only our subject and not the dark green layer. To do this, we need to clip the adjustment layer to our subject. Either click the Clipping Mask icon or press Ctrl-Alt-G on Windows or Command-Option-G on a Mac. Check Colorize. The hue is 147, the saturation is 25, and the lightness is 0. Next, we'll convert our image into a smart object so we can modify it non-destructively. To do this, Shift-click the bottom layer to make all the layers active, and click the icon at the upper right corner of the Layers panel. Click Convert to Smart Object. Next, we'll crop our image to a specific size and resolution to ensure that your final effect will look similar to mine. Open your crop tool. In the width field, type in 1920px for pixels, and in the height field, type in 1080px. For its resolution, type in 150 pixels per inch. The effect will look best when your subject's face is filling most of the document, so go to a corner and drag it in until your subject's face is filling most of the crop's bounding box. To reposition it, just drag it. Then press Enter or Return. To fit your image back onto your canvas, press Ctrl or Command 0. We'll make 4 copies of it by pressing Ctrl or Command J 4 times. Name the top layer Wave 3, the second layer Wave 2, and the third layer Wave 1. Name the next layer Pointillize, and the bottom layer Base. Scroll to the top and make the top layer active. We'll make a new layer above it by clicking the New Layer icon. Name it Scanlines. We'll fill the empty layer with 50% gray. To do this, open your Fill window by pressing Shift plus the F5 key at the top of your keyboard. In the flyout list, pick 50% gray and click OK or press Enter or Return. Presently, our foreground color is dark green. We want to make it black while keeping our background color white. The quickest way to do this is to press the D key on your keyboard to make your foreground and background colors black and white respectively. Go to Filter and Filter Gallery. In the Sketch folder, click Halftone Pattern. The pattern type is line, the size is 2, and the contrast is 50. Then click OK. Convert it to a smart object and change its blend mode to overlay. Our scan lines are a little too sharp, so to soften them, go to Filter, Blur, and Gaussian Blur. Blur it 1 pixel and click OK. Let's collapse the Smart Filter to save space in the Layers panel. Make Wave 2 active and hide Wave 3. Go to Filter, Distort, and Wave. The number of generators is 2. The wavelength is 193 and 445. The amplitude is 1 and 256. And the scale is 100%. The type is sine, and the undefined areas is repeat edge pixels. Then click OK. Keep in mind, because it's a smart filter, we can change or adjust its settings at any time. Make the wave filter active and open your rectangular marquee tool. Make sure the Add to Selection icon is active. To give us more room for the next step, let's zoom out of our document. Press Ctrl or Command and the minus key on your keyboard. Drag your tool over your subject to create rectangular selections of various widths. We'll fill the selections with black, and since black is our foreground color, press Alt or Option plus Delete. Notice our wave filter's layer mask filled with black over the selected areas. Think of layer masks as stencils. The white areas reveal the image associated with it, while the black areas hide those areas, revealing the layer under it. Deselect it by pressing Ctrl or Command D. Reduce the opacity to 30%. Let's collapse the Smart Filter to save space. Make Wave 3 visible and active. Go back to Filter, Distort, and Wave. Make the number of generators 1, the wavelength 1 and 17, and the amplitude 1 and 114. Then click OK. As before, drag your rectangular marquee tool over sections of your image. Click the layer mask icon to make a layer mask of the selections. Click the chain link icon to unlink the layer and the layer mask. Doing this allows us to move or resize either of them independently of the other. Click the layer to make it active and press V to open your Move tool. We'll slide the layer a little to the left by pressing the left arrow on our keyboard a few times. Let's collapse the Smart Filter. Make a copy of the layer and reduce its opacity to 20%. Then press Enter or Return. Press the right arrow on your keyboard a few times to move the layer to the right. Scroll to the bottom of the Layers panel and make Wave 1 active. Change its blend mode to Lighten. Go to Filter, Distort, and Wave. Make the number of generators 999, the wavelength 205 and 248, and the amplitude 1 and 2. Make the wave layer mask active and press M on your keyboard to open back your marquee tool. Drag the tool across, making a relatively narrow shape, and fill it with black. Then deselect it. Invert your layer mask by pressing Ctrl or Command I. If you'd like to reposition the layer, open your Move tool and drag it. Scroll to the bottom of the Layers panel and make the pointillized layer active. Change its blend mode to luminosity. Go to Filter, Pixelate, and Pointillize. Make the cell size 5 and click OK or press Enter or Return. If you want to hide some of these pointillized sections, make the Smart Filter active, open back your rectangular marquee tool, and drag a selection over the areas you'd like to hide. Fill it with black and deselect it. Remember, you can adjust, move, or change the smart filters to get a combination of effects that works for your particular subject. This is Marty from Blue Lightning TV. Thanks for watching.